You know, when I was in LA, what I was doing on the church was not the way you smoke reefer. Guys, we were savages on that church, and everybody around us was savages. It's just the way it was. That's not the proper way to smoke reefer, you know? And I found that out when I got here, when I had to chase the fucking dragon all day. And now I smoke before I go to the gym, maybe before Mike comes. And then at night is when I need it. I go out in the front of my house and I smoke my little fucking joint. I look at the trees and the mountains and I hear the deer running around, and that's my peace of mind right there. You need peace of mind every day. And the pandemic was the best thing that happened because some people got to look at their lives for the first time. But again, after the pandemic blew over and they switched jobs and whatever, they stopped looking after your life. You got to look after your life. It's an everyday check-in. It's an everyday check-in with yourself. You know, when you get older, you're like, fuck, my ankle hurts, my ear hurts. Last week I had 15 pains. If you come to me in the morning and go, Joey, what do you feel? My knee hurts, my ankle, all that shit. But so is the insides of you. So are your insides. They're rough. You got to take care of them. I'm very happy that I signed up with BetterHelp and spoke to them about therapy. And I would never do this before. But now, ever since all this shit last year, I tell you what, man, I check up on myself more than ever. I'm very happy I walked away from comedy for a while to get my life and my head together and to just see what the fuck had happened. I needed to see bro, when you're in it, you're in it. You think when these guys, I read about these musical tours. Guns N' Roses did like a fucking 8-year tour. When you do that, you ever see the Motley Crue movie when he describes touring? Can you imagine doing that? And I'm exaggerating with Guns N' Roses, 8 years, but all those guys. Motley went on a huge 2-year fucking, all these bands went on these huge. When you come back from that, you're a different person, guys. You've forgotten everything. You're a different person. You've just been in a fantasy for 2 fucking years. On a bus, jet planes, going to London, hanging out with Lemmy, Ozzy. You don't even know what's what. You don't even know who the fuck you are. And that's why when I got back here, I was like, you know what, man, I'm not feeling it. I'm going to take a breather. And I'll tell you what, I'm not 150%, but I'm a lot better than what I was. And I'm consistent with it, and I'm happy. For right now, it's working. So if it ain't broke it, don't fix it, cocksuckers. Listen, it was a pleasure to have this guy on the show. We had a great fucking talk. Enjoy it, cocksuckers. Ricky Williams.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, little brother?
What's going on?
Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint. What's happening, Mr. Williams?
I'm just hanging out.
You looking good? What's going on in your world?
What's going on? A lot of stuff. A lot of hustling. A lot of.
You teach yoga today?
I did not teach you. I did a little bit of yoga, but I did not teach you.
a little bit of yoga too, my man. So
yeah.
I'm taking your lead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Great to have you on. Big fan, big believer in what you're doing now. Wanted to talk to you for years now.
Yeah.
You're one of my guys that, I'm falling into your web slowly but slowly. I've been in acupuncture for 15 years.
Wow.
Because I was 418 and I wanted circulation and I used it for a cocaine addiction, and it really worked. I mean, no rehab, no hugs, no crying, none of that shit. She just stuck me with needles and she would put an earring on me every week, like an acupuncture thing, because that's an addiction thing.
Yeah.
And I would fucking pop it. I would leave there and go do coke. I did that for about a year. And I got sick and tired of popping the earring. And I said, fuck it, Dr. Amy, you got me. So I moved to Jersey now, and I got a great acupuncturist, a Japanese Italian lady.
Oh, wow. The Japanese are very precise, They're very good at what they do. So, yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, just that whole way of looking at the body and understanding health is, to me, it saved my life.
Saved my life, too. Well, I got one foot in the grave, one a banana peel, but I'm pushing every day, Mr. Williams.
Amen to that.
And we also have another thing in common, which I'm very happy you went public with, and that was social anxiety. I'm a stand-up comic, Ricky.
Yeah.
I go out, I do shows, you talk to people afterward. In the last 4 years, like from 2016 to 21 to the pandemic, I was starting to get social anxiety.
Yeah.
When there'd be too many people. Now, I've been doing this all my life, cracking jokes. I always have 1,000 people around you cracking jokes, but this was something different. It was painful.
Yeah.
It was starting to get painful. The people who came to the shows probably thought that I just didn't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I couldn't hold the focus. How did you find out you had it? How did you find out you had it?
Well, I mean, the whole thing of anxiety is you feel it, something that felt comfortable. You notice, something doesn't feel right here. And, as a football player, as a guy, I just tried to push through it and say, like, I just got to push through it. But I got to the point where I realized, maybe this is trying to tell me something, and I think, at least for me as a kid, I was always looking outside to see what I had to do or what I had to be to get acceptance from other people. And I worked all the way up to being a professional athlete. And then I started to realize I actually needed to accept and love myself. And I realized chasing other people's approval put me in a place where I didn't even know who I was. And so I needed to take some time off and be by myself and get to know myself. And as soon as I did that, the anxiety, 95% of it disappeared because I knew who I was and I started making choices based on what felt good to me, not what I had to force myself to do in order to get other people's approval.
That's a beautiful thing because that's how I feel a lot.
Yeah.
Right now I'm dealing with the stand-up comedy thing and I want to go back to it, but I want to go back to it on my terms.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Terms.
That's what happened with me. That's exactly what happened with me. Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something. Even at my terms, I don't think it's going to stick around long. I just don't, I don't know. Sometimes I did it. My wife, we had a child when I was 50, and that really turned, I wanted to find myself. When you see your child, as your child is growing, you learn a lot about yourself from that child.
Yeah.
At least I did. I would look at that, and then I would compare myself. Like, man, at 8 years old, I was running numbers for a bookmaker. My daughter doesn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
She has no resume, whatever. And that helped. But I think that once I got to see my child and I started finding little things out about myself, I wanted to explore those things too and see what was going on.
Yeah.
And last week I was outside. I had a comedy show Thursday night, and I was outside with a bunch of kids and moms and just talking shit, and the kids are running around. All of a sudden, I got to get in my car to go do comedy. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Like I felt awful, because it's.
Yeah.